Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we defeated the 27 series Asura, and we watched some rather difficult to view scenes, especially coming from Shion's perspective. This time, we're going to continue playing the uncensored footage, and actually make this scene not be completely brutalized by the horrible choice in censorship. I will do a censorship overlook at some of the scenes later on, but for now, let's enjoy.
Dad. Mother. Why? I'm sorry. I couldn't. I still couldn't stop it from happening. I have to put it back. I have to put it back. It won't stop.
Shion.
I have to put it back. Or else Mommy's gonna go away. Put it back. Someone, please put it back.
Shion!
No, this isn't true!
Goosebumps.
Shion!
Music can turn anything more powerful. As long as it's the right music at the right time. There they are.
What is this? What is going on? Why are Gnosis? Shion, look out!
KOS-MOS!
Activating the Hilbert effect.
My props to Jin for the quick reaction time.
No, this can't be happening.
Chief? Shion, you've got to stay calm. Don't let it overpower you.
Jin, what is going on? This is a dream, right? I called the Gnosis. I made them appear, didn't I? This is some kind of terrible mistake, right? Tell me that this is impossible! Please! Someone tell me what's going on!
Shion, calm down!
No, I don't believe it! It's a lie! Tell me it isn't true!
Chief!
No! No!
Again? Abel's Ark. Okay, I could have an entire episode unpacking
going on?
that one
didn't happen
cutscene.
15 years ago.
Correct. Now, let's start with censorship. In the censored version, when little Shion is cupping her hands and just bawling her eyes out, she's holding nothing. She's cupping nothing because they took all the blood out. Now, in the version I'm playing, the censored version, there's no blood even in this scene on the blanket, though in the uncensored version there is. So it's kind of jarring to jump back and forth, I know, but anyway. So yeah, the censorship really kind of ruins this. You know, you see her father propped up on the wall, nothing, no blood. You see her mother just lying there in a white sheet with realians over top of her. No idea if anything's even wrong. Well, obviously you do, but it's just, the blood's not hurting anybody. Don't take it out. They do a really bad job with taking out the blood in this game because there's so many scenes that really require the blood in order to make sense. They add so much more emotion to the scene. They add context. They let you know what's going on. And taking them out for the censored version was a brutal mistake that just fucks up the whole scene. Okay. 2. Shion called the Gnosis. Not Mizrahi, not Udo, not Albedo, not Junior, none of that. It's just kind of weird the way they do this. It's just all of a sudden, it was Shion. And then we kind of start to see here, 15 years ago, this didn't happen.
What we're seeing is not the past.
No, it is not, which is one of the reasons why this, from pretty much this point, and since we got to this point, and through the rest of the game, shit don't make no goddamn sense.
This is a reality that didn't exist.
That didn't exist. So it's an alternate timeline. Well, not
Evil's
exactly.
That thing that appeared at Milsha a year ago?
Yeah, at the end of episode 2.
But why appear here now?
Well, let's let someone else answer that.
That's why they brought Shion here.
Chaos?
This world isn't the world of the past. It's a reality constructed inside of Shion's mind.
Seriously? Seriously. The problem with this is going to become more evident as time goes on. But if this world is created inside Shion's mind, 1, how are all these people here? 2, why do all my levels and experience continue past this point to the next part of the game? 3, what the hell? Some of the characters in this timeline, this reality, whatever, are completely different from their alter egos in the real world. Some of them are supposed to be exactly the same. And the way the game kind of explains this is, if you see it and the game talks about it, then the characters are exactly the same as they are in this reality. But if they don't talk about it, then they're supposed to be completely different. Basically, some of the characters in this reality are as they were in our timeline. Others are not. They don't tell you which ones, they just make you guess. And it turns the rest of the game into a giant plot hole. Okay, I'm done.
By temporarily restoring the consciousness of people from the past.
Except, if you are restoring people from the past, how does that work with people who are both alive, dead, here? We're seeing ourselves. If it's created inside Shion's mind, how is she recreating younger Shion? I'm confused.
They're using Shion to correct in the present what they were unable to accomplish in the past.
Now, who are they?
Yes. Everything was supposed to begin here. But in order to awaken Abel, the resonance of the power between them was necessary.
I know that
The
evil
Gnosis that
voice.
attacked Milsha in the past did not arrive because of Mizrahi, nor Albedo's link to Udo. No. They were called by Shion when she was a child.
They never explain how, though. I hate you so much.
Kevin?
What? Kevin?
Yeah, Shion didn't tell anybody, by the way. Yeah, she's just like, oh, it's Kevin, and then never tells anyone about
Wait,
it.
You mean the guy who designed KOS-MOS?
Yes, but why?
He was Shion's boyfriend?
But that's a testament.
No shit. Seriously? Obviously he wasn't
Kevin.
then.
Is it really you?
Yes, it's me. What's wrong? Have you forgotten my face?
No, I haven't forgotten. I've never once forgotten. But why are you...
I've come for you, Shion.
Kevin, tell me, why did you hide yourself all this time? Why are you a testament?
I needed power. That is why I took this form. But what I look like is not important. It's still me. Nothing has changed.
Something's changed.
Kevin, in this time, he sacrificed all those people, all those Realians to research the Zohar. Even my mother.
Here is part of what I was talking about before, where we see people in this timeline doing something, and then basically the game individually on a case-by-case basis will explain whether that is actually how it happened or not how it happened. Or they just ignore it and make you guess, where option 1 doesn't make sense and option 2 is inconsistent. It's basically my big problem with this use of time travel, or not time travel, depending on how you look at it.
I had no choice. I'm sorry I made you suffer.
But this one makes sense. She remembered what Kevin showed her in their existence when they were together. But what he didn't show her was how much of an asshole he was in the past. Now, it's possible that he made, personality changes and just became a better person. But considering he's now a testament, I have a hard time buying that.
But you must understand that it was all done for you.
For me? This? Are you saying all of this was for me?
It was all for you. I was always thinking about you. Come with me. I need you, Shion.
No.
Kevin!
She stays in my party.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Thank you, Junior.
You've got no right to come here and open up her wounds.
Which is pretty much
And
what
you're
he's
saying
done.
It's all for her benefit?
Silence. This is none of your concern.
Actually, it
Sure
is.
as hell is my concern.
Don't you understand? None of you can save Shion.
From what?
What do you mean? I hope you can explain yourself.
Jin Uzuki. I'm sure you've already realized what's happening to Shion's body. That's right. She's suffering from the same illness as her mother.
An illness they never explain. However, they do explain part of the side thing that works along with that illness.
Shion, you have an ability that others lack. But that power will eventually cost you your life. That's the reason for your recent headaches.
I have the same illness as Mom?
If you know that much, then naturally you must know the cause as well.
While differing somewhat in the strength of their power, the test subjects assembled in this facility all possess the same ability as Shion. The subjects are capable of communicating with Udu.
There's your revelation. So, they kind of design it as though there's two separate things, an illness and then this test subject ability to communicate with Udu thing. And I think there's supposed to be one. They're not 100% clear. It's likely that there's supposed to be one, but anyway. Basically, everyone who was gathered here for this research were using that link that I talked about a number of episodes back that goes through Fabronia, through the Zohar, and eventually to Udu. Now, I'm not sure if their testing has anything to do with the level of being able to communicate with Udu, or if it's a natural thing.
They can convey their will to Udu.
Communicating with Udu?
Yes, but that leads to their own death. The test subjects' wills are unable to stand the stress of direct contact with Udu, and they eventually fall into a coma and die.
Then why didn't you make them stop the experiments?
Now, think about this. We've seen Shion talking to Udu every time she gets a headache and passes out. So, as far as continuity with that, this seems to make sense.
If you cut off the contact with Udu, wouldn't their illness stop? You don't have to force them to talk with Udu.
You can't.
Junior provides some additional information, which is important.
You can't cut off contact with Udu. He's watching us from another realm. You can't run away from him.
This is some additional information that leads us to believe that he's a higher form of existence, very much like the wave existence in Xenogears, and basically that he's above in another place.
Udu chooses to make contact? Are you saying those waves have a will?
And here's another part of the confusion because of how they've decided to explain what Udu is. In episode 1, nobody knew what it was. In episode 2, half the people seem to know what it was, and even though Jin was there, now he has no idea what Udu is. So, I don't know. Whatever.
Don't you see, Shion? I became a testament to save you. Without this form, without this power, I can't save you. The only ones that can save you are me and Telos.
Why Telos?
Telos? Telos is gonna save the chief? Wait a minute. Then what the hell is KOS-MOS? You designed her too.
True.
KOS-MOS is just a prototype built to collect data for Telos.
Makes sense.
And to monitor Shion.
KOS-MOS is a prototype? Is that why you tried to dispose of her?
If you think about it, it makes sense that they would have made a prototype for Telos. If you think back to all the Kirschwassers were for Momo. They were all designed to collect data for the 100 series. Pretty much, yeah.
Yes. KOS-MOS grew too close to Shion.
They don't explain why this is a problem, though.
The source of KOS-MOS's power comes from Udu by using the Zohar as a door.
They also don't explain this. And considering Shion and Alan have worked on KOS-MOS, and we've redesigned KOS-MOS somewhat since then, it makes sense that she should be running off of an internal power source. But I guess that power source is, something like an anima relic, although not, so that it provides some kind of a battery or a link to Udu.
Every time KOS-MOS uses her abilities, Shion, who reacts to Udu, loses her life force.
Now, even though they're a long distance apart at the start of the game, Shion still has these problems. So the distance doesn't matter, though destroying KOS-MOS, based on what Kevin said here, should be able to protect Shion. If this is correct.
The closer Shion and KOS-MOS's wills come together, the greater the stress on Shion.
Though that doesn't make any sense so their connection as friends or whatever, that has a link to what's putting stress on Shion, but so does KOS-MOS using her abilities. Why, how, and what the hell?
KOS-MOS is shortening Chief's lifespan?
You mean KOS-MOS is going to kill me?
Shion, I want you to come with me. If things progress as they have been, then you'll have no future. This is the only way to save you. Please listen, Shion. I don't want to lose you again.
Kevin.
I understand. It's all right. I'm right here with you.
Oh, Kevin. I'm happy. I'm so happy to see you again. I missed you so much. I thought that I'd never see you again. And yet, here you are. So
I promise you that I'll never leave you again. We'll always be together.
Kevin!
Thank you, Jen.
Jen, what are you doing? I don't understand.
Shion, I apologize, but I cannot allow you to leave here with him. What he's telling you right now may seem plausible enough. However, I don't believe it. I don't believe that he can be trusted.
Jin Uzuki.
He's a testament.
What are you saying, Jin? You gotta stop it! This is Kevin. He's the man I loved from the bottom of my heart.
No, he isn't. He's not the same anymore. He is no longer a human.
No! You're wrong! He's the same as he always was. He's the same man that I always knew.
Somehow I doubt it.
Mine, Captain.
Damn it!
Tell me why. Why are you all interfering?
Shion, get back! KOS-MOS, take Shion and run away!
KOS-MOS, don't do it. Come to me. Bring Shion here.
Uh-oh.
KOS-MOS! No, don't do it!
KOS-MOS!
Kevin Winnicott. I am very sorry, but unfortunately, I am not programmed to follow your orders.
Are you trying to defy your creator?
The KOS-MOS that was created by you has been destroyed by Telos, sir. I have different designers, Shion Uzuki, and also Mr. Alan Ridgely.
Except for Shion was on break
Impossible.
when they redid you.
Shion, we will leave now.
Another problem with that.
No, KOS-MOS, stop. I don't want to go with you.
Knocked out.
I must apologize. Action was needed to avoid danger.
KOS-MOS, you are fucking badass. Now, Deus Ex Machina, I don't know, maybe she can... I read something in the database that but a remote control that can bring that thing to her, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah.
KOS-MOS, you think you can run?
KOS-MOS basically showed free will at that point, denying both Kevin and Shion and following what Jin asked her to do instead. So she analyzed the situation, came up with a better alternative to protect Shion, and went with that one. Hello, Asher. Not that this is going to matter now. It's like, well, you're not really killing the timeline at this point because
Stop,
none of this matters.
There's no need to chase them.
None of the people in this
We'll have
universe
plenty
matter.
of opportunities. Return now.
No one in this universe created inside Shion's head has any impact on anything. It's just all kind of weird this way.
Captain, it's KOS-MOS. She's headed this way on the bike.
Are they alone? Stop the ship. We'll pick them up.
And that's Jin's mech from before in episode 2.
Captain, I'm boarding the ship. Please maintain your current position.
Don't do anything crazy. This ship is delicate. Scratch it and you're gonna pay for it.
I will do my best.
Nice.
KOS-MOS and Shion are now on board.
Captain, all of the others are still currently inside of Labyrinthos.
Don't worry. Tony, can you handle it?
Who do you think you're talking to? This is gonna be a piece of cake.
Amid thousands of Gnosis. Okay, sure thing. Sure thing, buddy. Did we invent a Gnosis shield in the meantime?
Mizrahi, what are you doing?
This is going to be a long episode, but I need to finish off this whole
If you do
sequence.
that, we may lose control of the Zohar.
I know, but this is the only way to stop this phenomenon. I must save the universe, even if it means destroying this planet.
The problem with this is Sellers wanted to destroy the planet to get the data for Heinlein, and now Mizrahi wants to destroy the planet for some other reason, to stop them from getting data? They never really explain it. Basically, they're implying that it's going to go out of control and annihilate the entire universe. Maybe it's going to bring Gnosis everywhere, and he's trying to prevent that. They don't go into huge amounts of detail. Basically, they're just saying, Joachim is computering to do the thing to save things. Now.
Are you crazy?
Stop! You and the others are the ones who don't realize what you're doing. That thing is beyond human control.
Are you upset because you failed to revive your daughter?
Failed? It's true that I was unable to bring my daughter back to life. But a new potential was born.
Momo.
For that, I will.
Stop! Mizrahi!
If you recall, in the future, Sellers is always in a chair.
Watch closely. This is how I take my responsibility.
He either broke his legs with that shot, or his knees, or paralyzed him, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Mizrahi!
Now, I'm not sure how Sellers survives, considering I don't think anybody knows he's there.
Momo, I made a conscious decision to sacrifice this planet and its inhabitants to you. My sins will certainly never be forgiven. But if it means you will be born into a peaceful world, then so be it. I will gladly throw myself into the fires of hell. Hallelujah! And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast. They were cast into the lake of fire. And with it came about the second death. And whosoever not found in the book of life
Erase me from the book of life, inscribe me in the black book of death. Admit me to the ninth gate.
was cast into the lake of eternal fire! Sakura, I doubt I will go where you are. You will probably admonish me for that which I have done. Who's there?
They never explain who does that.
I'm sorry.
At any point in time, database,
take care
or
of
anything.
Momo. Please take care of our child.
They never explain who did that. My assumption is that it was Sellers who managed to crawl to the elevator and then shoot him or explode something, or it was just a random gnosis. Either way, they never explain it.
The whole facility is about to collapse.
Yes, you're right. Let's get out of here.
What about Shion?
Again, this is a world inside Shion's head. It doesn't
Shion.
matter. This is not a timeline. This isn't even a world. This is going to cease to exist. Now, of course, there's Jin to save the day. Of course, our Jin should have known that already.
Look,
Even though the timeline's a little screwed up, he should have known that that would happen. Anyway, let's get our asses out of here before we get overwhelmed by Gnosis, who seem to be ignoring us instead of actually attacking us for once. Kind of weird. Now, we had a plan on how to get out of wherever this is, but considering we knew nothing about it, will that plan still work? And there's the Song of Nephilim. And I have no idea what's going on because no explanations. What's going on?
It appears that the First Awakening has gone smoothly.
Yes.
Apparently that did a thing.
The remaining vessels of Anima will follow shortly.
Oh?
The vessels of Anima are the body of God.
Body of
divided
God.
by the saint in ancient times to protect the universe from dissipation.
That saint will be
We
identified
cannot
later.
allow the universe's failsafe to become
As well as what the failsafe
We must
is.
control the body of God with our own hands.
I understand. We shall return everything to the moment of beginning.
Wait, what? What are you guys doing?
save the game?
And with that, we end Xenosaga Episode 3, Disc 1. I have one more thing I want to talk about somewhat quickly before we cut off for the day. I know it's a long episode as is. Now, that scene with Mizrahi spouting his probably Bible verse, I think I asked that in Episode 1 when we heard it in the Encephalon, or when we were diving into KOS-MOS' subconscious domain. If I can talk, that would be very nice. In the first time we saw it, they had a different voice actor, and he was intended on sounding as crazy as possible, and because we thought he was crazy, it made perfect sense. Since then, we've learned that things are somewhat different, and that we're supposed to basically, this is one of those things I was talking about before, where Mizrahi were basically supposed to believe this was the real Mizrahi, even though half the shit's different. But this is the real Mizrahi. They never really go into great detail, but yeah, this is actually how he was. Yeah, it's stupid. But anyway, so they do that, and then he repeats the crazy monologue thing before he dies, just like before. But why would he spout that monologue? The monologue makes no sense. He already knows that everyone's going to die, and he's not crazy. He's not, like, happy that everyone's dying. He's just trying to protect both his new daughter and his ex-wife and the universe as a whole. So why does he have to act completely insane at that last moment for no real reason? Anyway, that's been my soapbox episode where the whole plot basically falls apart and I get mad at the game. Anyway, that's all for this one. That's all for Disc 1. Next time, we begin Disc 2. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.